Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're going to be testing that RTX 4070 Super Found Edition of the card. We're going to be comparing it to the RX 9070 XT Power Color HellHound edition of the card. We're going to be using the 9000X3D. We're going to be using 32GB of DDR5, 6000 MHz RAM. It's going to be a 4K test, guys. I have recorded a 1440p comparison as well. I will have it out next, probably in the next 2 or 3 days. If you do like these type of videos, please consider subscribing here, leaving a comment and leaving a like. It would be really appreciated if you guys did. Also, I will have all the specs in the description below, as well as all the timestamps in the description below for you guys to see. Alright guys, so in The Last of Us Part 1, running at 4K ultra settings, and we're seeing around 20-25 FPS difference between these two cards. Also, we're seeing that the power draw difference is around 100 watts. I know you guys are going to comment that you can undervolt the card. I know that already, but I'm trying to run these cards with stock so we can see the performance of these cards. Also, I am reusing from my last video the same exact settings, so I know it will say 5090 that I'm using. I'm not using the 5090 as you guys can see here. I think these cards are doing really well in this title, especially the 9070 XT, pulling ahead here quite a bit by around 25 FPS, so really good to see. The 4070 Super is doing a fantastic job as well, considering this game is really hard to run. Right guys, so we're in FORZA Ryzen 5, running at 4K, max settings with TAA. We're seeing that the 9070 XT is pulling ahead around 30 FPS more here, so yeah, 30 FPS difference is a pretty significant difference, but it does have really bad 1% lows, and I have to say it's just this game, guys. Like literally any GPU I test has 1% lows that just keep going all the way down to like 10 or something like that, so it's just the game. I don't know, it just keeps happening once in a while. I think it will happen here later with the 4070 Super. I don't know, it's just randomly happening, but the power draw is around 100 watts difference here again. But I think both cards still have very playable, you know, FPS here. Even the 4070 Super, very playable at 4K. But the 9070 XT is just doing a lot better, to be fair. But yeah. So we have God of War Ragnarok running at 4K, ultra settings with TAA. And we are seeing that 30 FPS difference again here in this title. We are also seeing that 100 watts difference as well. And both cards seem to be doing a really good job in this game. Both above 60 FPS, so really playable. I am seeing that the RX 9070 XT is using more VRAM yet again. The more you play here, the more it's going to load it up. But I'm still seeing that the 9070 XT is using a bit more VRAM. But yeah, both cards are doing a fantastic job in this title. I really do recommend you guys pick up this title. It's a very good game. Honestly, it really is. Alright guys, so we're in The Last of Us Part 2, running at 4K, very high settings with TAA. And we're seeing around the 20 FPS difference here between these two cards. The power draw is around 100 watts difference again. And also we are seeing that the 9070 XT is using more VRAM yet again here in this title. I think it's just the AMD thing at this point. I think they just use the VRAM if they have enough of the VRAM that they can use. If they can use more, they use more. The 1% lows look really good on both cards as well. Yeah, it's just very playable here. Sadly, the 4070 Super is under 60 here, but you know, if you enable DLSS and all that, you can get over 60 with no issue here, so it's not a big deal here, I would say. And yeah, the both cards are running really well here, guys, I have to say. Right guys, so we're in Red Dead Redemption 2, running at 4K, ultra settings with TAA, and we're seeing around the 15 to 20 FPS difference here. The 1% lows look really good. Sadly, the 4070 Super is not hitting the 60 FPS, but then again, I am playing with very weird settings here, like fully maxed out. Some of the settings are really unnecessary, so you can definitely get over 60 FPS if you tune the settings a little. The RTX 4070 Super is pulling 100 watt less, and we're seeing the RX 9070 XT using a bit more VRAM yet again here. Not that much like other games before, but still using a bit more than the 4070 Super. I still think both cards have really good FPS here, considering the settings that I'm running them at here, so. And next we have CYBERPUNK 2077 on that 4K ultra settings. And I've seen a comment before saying that there's one setting here that really takes your FPS. I think it's screen space reflections or something like that. So turn that off, guys, if you want to get more FPS. I heard from someone in the comments that basically doubles your FPS or something like that. So I just left it on here because I wanted to have the same exact settings as I had in my other video here. So that's the only reason I kept it on now. But both cards are struggling a lot. 4K is just so hard to run, especially with ultra settings. 9070 XT is barely running the game. 4070 Super, I'm not even going to talk about that. It was so hard to drive the car because it was so laggy for me. So yeah, it's just really hard to run. The 9070 XT is using more VRAM again as well here in this title. Is pulling 100 watts more as well. Alright guys, so we're in Atom 4 running at 4K ultra settings, and I've noticed that the Nvidia cards do way better in this game than the AMD cards. Like the RTX 5070 Ti that I was testing there a few weeks ago was getting like 20 to 30 FPS more than the 9070 XT. So the 4070 Super is doing a pretty good job here, I have to say. The 9070 XT is just a little bit faster, but not that much faster than the 4070 Super. It is using more VRAM as well, but this game is very heavy. Like it likes a lot of VRAM this game, I've noticed. So yeah, it just eats all the VRAM you have basically. It doesn't have any upscalers or anything like that, this game, so you can't really use anything to help you here. The 1% lows are a bit bad on the 4070 Super. I'm not sure why. Maybe it started running out of VRAM, but I'm not 100% sure here. It could have actually run out of VRAM because the RX 9070 XT is using like 16 gigabytes that it has. So alright guys, so we have Spider-Man 2 4K ultra settings with TAA, and we're seeing the 20 FPS difference here again in this title. The RX 9070 XT is using more VRAM as well, and also the 1% lows are bad on both of the cards. This game, you guys, you really just need frame generation here because it's really unplayable without frame generation. Even on my 5090, I generally had to play with ×4 frame gen, which I did actually enjoy it because I maxed out the whole game. I had like 200 FPS. It was really smooth. But I do really recommend frame gen in this title because you can't literally play it properly without stuttering. It will still stutter with frame generation, but it will be a lot less than with none of it on basically. So yeah, I do really recommend frame gen here. Well, I think both cards did really well considering this game is high unoptimized. So yeah, I think they did really perform well here considering the the circumstances here. Right guys, so in Silent Hill 2 4K epic settings, and we're seeing around 5 to 6 FPS difference here. This game is really intense, guys. I'm not sure if it's got ray tracing on. I think it has because I've got the epic preset on here. It's really intense, as you guys can see. 100 watts difference again, and the 1% lows, I mean, they're pretty decent considering we're only getting 30 FPS here, so it's not too bad. But it's just a really intense title. I do recommend frame gen in this title and just upscaling in general because it's just such a hard game to run. I mean, it is 4K, it is really intense, but I think it's more intense than it should be, like 35 FPS. I think this is like the type of FPS we were getting in Cyberpunk before, so just a really hard game to run. And lastly, we have Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl running at 4K epic settings with TAA. And we're not really seeing a big difference here, like 10 FPS maybe between these two cards. The 1% lows will get really bad in a minute, as you guys will see. The RX 9070 XT will drop all the way down to like 8 FPS. It is a UB5 title, so we'll have a lot of stutters. Sadly, I mean, even Silent Hill 2, I mean, they didn't really have stutters in that area, but I bet it would have if we played long enough. These UE5 titles are just like that. It just loads something in and it just stutters. So it does seem to be worse on the RX 9070 XT. I think if we played long enough with the 4070 Super, we will definitely have more stutters. So it is what it is. And the RX 9070 XT is using like 1.5 GB more VRAM here. Seems to be in every single title nearly it does that. So alright guys, so we're at the end of the video. I think the 4070 Super did a really good job. It has that 12 GB of VRAM. I think it was enough for most of the games here, but it can definitely run out in some titles. But I think it did a really good job here considering this card came out like 1.5 years ago. The 9070 XT is a lot faster, I have to say. Like you were getting like 20 to 30 FPS more here. I think it's a good upgrade, this 9070 XT if someone does have a 4070 Super, but it's not really necessary. You don't have to. If you have the extra money and you can sell the 4070 Super for a decent price, I think you can get this card and you'll be really happy with the 9070 XT here, because you are getting a big performance boost and you're getting the 60GB of VM and you're getting there for Soft 4 here, so that's another plus. But I'm gonna end the video here, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and see you guys in the next video.